This is episode 657. Today we're going to be talking about 5 steps to take back control of your life and achieve peak performance. You know, life often feels like a whirlwind, at least towards the end of the year and maybe even the beginning of the year. And demands pull us in different directions, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and out of control. This is especially true when work starts to pile up, right? We go to work and we have more to do than we have time. We come home, we don't have time to do what we want. And it feels like we're just really just significantly out of control. However, the power, this is great, the power to reclaim your life and achieve peak performance, it's within you. When we say that something is affecting me, we're giving it that power. My boss did this, my work did, life gets in the way, work gets in the way. Well, we are pointing to something that we can't control. But when we can say, I am allowing life to get in the way, I am allowing my boss to tell me what to do, I am allowing these things, then we reclaim our power and we can do something about it. As a mental strength and peak performance coach, part of my mission with these podcasts and just with my coaching business is here to guide you through 5 essential steps, at least on this podcast, to regain control, foster mental resilience, and unlock your full potential. Now, when we coach together, we will take a look at a lot more than just 5 essential steps. We'll take a look at routines. We'll take a look at AM, PM, sleep, work. We'll look at your values, your virtues. We'll look at your strengths. We'll look at a whole bunch of stuff to allow you to take back control of your life. But that's just the beginning. Then we would work on achieving peak performance. But back to the podcast. So one of the things to help you take back control is self-reflection and goal setting. Yes, goal setting comes up almost every time because we need something to focus on. If we don't know what we want, we are going to let others tell us what we want. So by having goals, it gives us the ability to focus and take back control of our life, of our attention. The self-reflection comes in as to, hey, maybe the self-reflection is part of, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want that, which is okay as long as you flip it 180 degrees. So I don't want to be overweight. Well, what do you want to be? I want to be in shape. I don't want to work 14 hours a day. What do you want? I want to work 8 hours a day. I don't want to work for this pay. What do you want? I want to make this much. So by self-reflecting and perhaps even talking about what you don't want, you can then establish what you do want and then put some goals and structure around it, because then it gives you focus. It gives you something to go after. It gives you something to achieve. And in order for you to do that, you have to take back control. Mastering your mindset. That should be an obvious one. However, if we look at the formula TFAR, thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, action leads to results, our mindset is essential. That's the thoughts. When we start thinking positive, empowering thoughts, we will have positive, empowering feelings. We'll take positive and empowering action, and we'll get positive and empowering results. So we really need to start to master our mindset. Being aware of the self-talk that we have, being aware of the stories we're telling others on why we can't get something done, being aware of the stories we're telling ourselves as to why we can't get something done. All of these stories, they sound great and legitimate, and they justify us just being stagnant and not getting what we want. It's just a big justification. And if you're listening to this podcast, you want more out of life than what you're getting right now. And the mindset is the linchpin to help you get that. You have to tell yourself more empowering stories. You have to tell other people more empowering stories. Everything's a story. It's not that it's a lie, it's just a story. And when you can start to change your story by changing your mindset, you'll then start taking bigger and better action. Time management and prioritization is another one. We could call it time blocking, right? But when you know what you want to get accomplished, this is the number one thing I want to get accomplished tomorrow. You block out time on your calendar to get it done. then you get it done, you have achieved your goal. I would say that when it comes to work, we want to ask ourselves, what's the three most important proactive tasks I need to get done tomorrow? Out of those three, which one is non negotiable? And when you get into work, you focus on that until it's done. That is taking back. If you go into work and start answering emails and phone calls and you wait to the end of the day to get your proactive work done, it's not going to happen. And what happens is you either stay late or go home and bring your work home with you, and then you complain and bitch that you don't have time to get your work done when in reality you didn't schedule it. Success is scheduled. Time management and prioritization is essential for taking back control. When you take back control, you look at your calendar and going, I am going to use this hour, this time frame for my productive work at work, and then even at home. I'm going to use this time to go to the gym. I'm going to use this time to read a book. When you start scheduling your success, managing your time blocking, and prioritizing what things are essential, that is the epitome of taking back control of your life. You also need to build a support system, like a coach, like me, to help you be accountable and challenge your limiting mindset or your excuses on why you can't get something done. If you don't use a coach, use somebody that won't accept your excuses. A lot of friends will go, "Oh, I understand. Life's busy. I know you said you're going to do that." We don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want somebody to agree with your limitations. You don't want, when you start arguing for your limitations, you want somebody there to challenge you and challenge you to say, when are you going to stop playing life small and start playing it big? So you need to build a support system, whether it's friends, strangers, Facebook groups, whatever it is, preferably a coach like myself to help you. And that support system can do wonders for you taking back control of your life and achieving the goals and then reaching peak performance. You want to also continuously learn and adapt. We move forward by having more resources to achieve our goals. Tony Robbins says most people have enough resource, they're not resourceful. So we have it, but the continuous learning can help with being resourceful. And adaptability is purely being resourceful. So when we can look at what we want to get, learn more about what we want to achieve, keep learning, we keep putting the information in our mind, we're able then to access that and be resourceful or adaptable with that information. So we want to have this self-reflection, goal setting. We want to master your mindset, time management, prioritization, support systems, and continuous learning and adaptability. So just keep in mind that reclaiming control of your life is a transformative journey, not destination, that requires dedication, self reflection, and commitment to growth. It's essential. It requires, it doesn't, it's not negotiable. It's not, well, if I like it, I'll dedicate myself. No, this is the no fly zone: dedication, self reflection, and commitment to growth. It is essential to take back control of your life and to achieve peak performance. By following the 5 steps of self reflection, goal setting, mastering your mindset, time management, prioritization, building a support system, and continuous learning, you can cultivate mental strength, achieve peak performance, and create a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. I mean, think about it. Right now, if you're listening to this podcast or reading books and stuff, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between what you're creating and what you want, what your values are, what you say is important, and your aspirations. This disconnect can cause some challenges, can cause emotions. And we can have, when they're connected and aligned, we have emotions of joy, happiness. When they're not aligned, we have sadness, frustration, and anger at times. So we want to make sure we take all of these and put them together. Remember, the power to take back control is within you and only within you. And it's time to unlock your full potential and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Wouldn't you agree with that? Wouldn't it be now a great time to start living the life you've always wanted to? I think so. If you like this podcast and want to see the show notes on it, you can visit warriormindcoach.com. While you're there, you can get some more information, listen to some more podcasts, read some blog posts, and find out how to contact me for a breakthrough session. While you're on the internet, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.